What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Insider BA's Rumor Mill. I'm your host, as always, Insider BA. This is the daily video of today, June 24th. Big rumors for you today. Before I get any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe, because that's how we get out to you guys. Subscribe. And while you're there, you give it a like, share, follow, retweet on the rest of our social media platforms. So, yeah, rumors for today. Pretty wild. Big main event for today's top rumors, I will say this. So I'm excited. I'm kind of pissed off about it. I'll just leave it at that. But first one, let's get it right off the bat. Number one is the rumored plans for SummerSlam. So SummerSlam, they're looking to get Brock Lesnar in. We'll see. So the rumored plan is Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. But like I said, we shall see if that happens. But if that does not happen, we might get Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre instead. So stay tuned for that matchup, because Randy Orton right now is killing it on Monday Night Raw. He's killing it during this whole pandemic. So good for Randy. It just shows how they used to build W superstars back in the day. And if they don't go in the direction of Brock versus Drew, and you said you actually do get Randy versus Drew, and Brock Lesnar does show up for SummerSlam, he might end up facing the finally rumored matchup that's been in the plans for years of Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley's getting built like a monster right now, so we'll see. Moving on now to our second rumor of the day. This is revolves around the tag team division. So if you notice, Aleister Black and what's his name, Humberto Carrillo. They've been kind of teaming up. I don't like it. Aleister Black should be on his own, but that's besides the fact. Well, the push might be, ever since now Bruce Pritchard's taken over, the push for Aleister and Humberto is kind of on the low right now for them, which is unfortunate. Not more Humberto, more of Aleister Black's side. And as far as like the other guys from that's being teamed up with Zelina Vega is Angel Garza and Andrade. They are going to be pushed into the tag team scene and more than likely going to end up winning the tag team belts, so stay tuned for that. However, Angel Garza has more of a bright future ahead of him than Andrade himself, so we shall see how this is going to turn out for them, because I really feel like Andrade might have dropped the ball when it came to that suspension of his, so they might be frowned upon on him for now. But that is the plans for those four gentlemen. Moving on now to the third rumor is, I have 5 for you guys, so stay tuned. Number 3, this is kind of like the big one. The women's division of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown in general is kind of like falling flat. And this is also a huge blow to them. Charlotte Flair, she got written out of any storylines that she was in this past week with Nia Jax with the shoulder injury. She does not have a shoulder injury, but she is getting surgery on some body part, not sure what it is. And the rumored return for her is Royal Rumble or Survivor Series. There also is another rumor that she might be back in time for SummerSlam. I don't know. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Huge blow for the women's division, because this brings me to my next top rumor. WWE, this really pisses me off, reportedly may be dropping the plans to push Liv Morgan. I'm just going to be quiet for a little bit. Let it settle in. Why? Why are you going to de-push someone who has great potential? She's great in the ring. She's improved. She's killing it everything she does. And you're having her lose to Natalya on Monday Night Raw. Natalya. And whatever they're doing with Lana. Come on, man. At a time right now where, especially Raw, with Charlotte leaving, you only have Asuka and Nia Jax. Where's Shayna Baszler? How about that? But like that's another thing regarding this is Vince is very like not looking to push Shayna Baszler. I mean, I personally think Shayna Baszler is better than Ronda Rousey, but hey, I guess if you're not a real name or a true name, you don't get pushed. That's how it works in the WWE. Because Alexa Bliss made it perfectly clear in her interview today that the face of the women's evolution is the 4 Horsewomen. Even though they definitely helped it out a huge ton, they didn't start it. So the credit should not be just to them 4, it should be to every single woman superstar that steps foot in that ring. And one, importantly, is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan should be getting pushed. The whole Lana storyline with Rusev really was like, clearly it didn't pan out, and they shouldn't have never went in that direction, but it is what it is. Paul Heyman's no longer in charge. Bruce Pritchard is, and Liv Morgan looks not to be in the plans for the said future. she looks to be on the said plans to be reuniting with former Riot Squad member Ruby Riott. Yeah, and they're probably going to go team up and battle Lana and Natalya. Can't wait to watch that match. And hopefully Natalya and Lana lose that match and we get maybe a slight push between Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. All I'm saying is, with the women's division the way it is right now, Charlotte Flair being the biggest name that is out right now, obviously Becky Lynch is another one who's gone. Bayley and Sasha Banks, good God. If Sasha Banks takes that title from Asuka and all those damn girls have every single women's title, bad booking. Bad booking, not best for business. I'll just leave it at that. Moving on now to the final top rumor of today. Before I get any further, if you haven't already, like, share, follow, retweet, and subscribe to our channel. Like this video. That's right, all our social media is in the links below this in the description of this video. It's pretty simple. But, so number 5 I have for you. Pretty big one. So if you heard WWE Backstage on Fox Sports is potentially canceled due to cuts of the budget cuts. And according to this report, take it with a grain of salt, all of the contracts, talent contracts that Fox Sports had, apparently is just being thrown into WWE. So they are now WWE contracts, which means there's one big name. Renee Young, of course, is with them. Already been with them. Booker T is with them. CM Punk potentially is now in a WWE contract, not a Fox Sports contract. Take that with a grain of salt. That is a big one if he ever returns to the ring, because I would love to see it. I know best in the world, CM Punk chants would go wild. If it happens in Chicago, good night. The place would not shut up. So WWE, push Liv Morgan, and hashtag bring CM Punk back to help during this pandemic, because Edge is gone. So we need more big names, because that's their plan now for Raw, is not build their future, is just stay. Let's get the big names. Let's get the ratings back. No, it's pretty simple. Pandemic, that's the reason why you lost ratings, not because of the future of the way Paul Heyman was booking it. Vince McMahon needs to open his eyes and see that the future is now, and they need to build the future for the next future, because you can't have these old timers keep coming back. Because if you keep having these old timers keep coming back, you ain't gonna have any freaking names to come back later in the future when there's no big names now. That's all the rumors I have for you today. I'll be back maybe Friday, maybe tomorrow. Like I said, this is daily videos. Like, share, follow, retweet, subscribe. I'm InsiderBA signing out. Peace.